All right, so winter's officially done. We're a couple weeks now into spring, and you might be asking yourself, how do I make the absolute most of this? Because I'm sure you notice that once this time rolls around, it goes by very fast, and once again, you're right back where you started, back in the old, cold, dark, nihilistic winter. So, how do you get the most out of this? First, I would like to suggest that to understand this, for spring, you need to know this is the chance of new beginnings. This time, you just gotta go grab it. You gotta take full advantage of it. You gotta ride with it. You gotta keep it together. You just got what, 3 months into your New Year's. How's that resolution doing? Not too good, right? I know it hasn't been for me. All right, you're not alone. Now, how do you make the most of it? Well, for starters, it's time to start buckling up. It's time that you start getting with it, man. The New Year's resolution, yeah, you might not have done the absolute best that you could have, but you're still going for it. You still got plenty of time, so you still got the energy, that beginning feeling, right? You still have that some of that motivation, that residue. You can scrape some of that. You still got time, man. Like summer's not even here. Right now it's the middle of April. If you're watching this, who knows? This could be, a little more motivation when it is summertime, but when you're hearing this could be very useful. Now, I'd say objectively there's like two-ish things for most people what they're feeling. They're excited about summer, and they're excited about, for a lot of us at least, that school semester is starting to end. Yeah, very exciting. You have all these plans. These plans are going to be your metaphorical seeds. You need to plant them, and that way, once summer starts, you run with them. You go for it. Right now, you're like building up all that motivation, just festering inside you, right? Now, try not to like focus on the future too much. You want to still be in the moment. You always want to be in the moment. Not to say you don't plan ahead. That doesn't mean you're impulsive. You're not a YOLO type feller. Now, are you? No, you're not. You're better than that. But you do want to be in the moment. Now, there is a poem. I know we're doing poetry around here. I said I would. I promise. We'll keep doing that. But this is a good one. This one's nice and short. It's written by the, I believe, 13th century Sufi Islamic philosopher Rumi. And he wrote this poem about spring. In it, he says, I'm going to read the full thing for you. Again, the violet bows to the lily. Again, the rose is tearing off her gown. The green ones have come from the other world, tipsy like the breeze up to some new foolishness. Again, near the top of the mountain, the anemone's sweet features appear. The hyacinth speaks formally to the jasmine. Peace be with you, and peace to you, lad. Come walk with me in this meadow. Again, there are Sufis everywhere. The bud is shy, but the wind removes her veil suddenly. My friend, the friend is here like water in the stream, like a lotus on the water. The narcissus winks at the wisteria whenever you say, and the clove to the willow, you are the one I hope for. The willow replies, consider these chambers of mine yours. Welcome. The apple, orange, why the frown? So that those who mean harm will not see my beauty. The ring dove comes asking, where's the friend? With one note, the nightingale indicates the rose. Again, the season of spring has come, and a spring source rises under everything, a moon sliding from the shadows. Many things must be left unsaid because it's late, but whatever conversation we haven't had tonight, we'll have tomorrow. Now, as I said, Rumi was a philosopher, and he was of the Sufi Islamic tradition. He believed that God was in everything, a form of panentheism, a very interesting philosophy worth looking into, by the way. But that God was in everything, and that to love nature, one would be loving God, and in return, God is loving you. So I would suggest if you were to take something from this. Now I'm not Muslim, but this was a good poem, man. That was pretty good. That hits. To get the most out of this, when you're looking at nature, realize that there is a bigger thing going on, and when you're in the moment, when you're living with it and you're loving it, you start to feel it, right? Right? Like you have if you've ever gone hiking, if you've ever gone to the top of a mountain, you look down, that feeling, that awe you get. There's like a certain mystical, magical, religious experience. Make sure you're having more of those moments this spring. Get with it, man. Make sure you're enjoying nature. Now, I get the irony of, right now, as I'm recording this, I'm in my bedroom after playing Minecraft. Make sure you're going outside, man. Feel that mystical, magical experience that nature has for you. It's spring, and so it's a different one. Summer will have its own. The fall will have its, and along with winter, that deep, dark death of winter will have its own mystical, magical, ritual experience for you, man. But spring, the more experiences like that you have, the more you let nature do its course with you. The more you allow it to do its thing. And that thing is planting its seed, right? Right now, you festering on your motivations, that's planting the seed. Summer is going to be the time for action. But spring, not to say you're not acting, you're always acting. You're always festering on those seeds as well. But I think for spring, you got to make sure you're focusing on that. You're building up that energy. You just got done with the sleep of winter. Right now, you're starting to stretch. You're getting ready. Make sure you're seeing the magic that's in everything. So why is this important? Because it prevents the nihilism, the depression, right? You don't want to be stuck in that winter season of deep, dark depression, sadness, which does have its place, as I've said earlier, but spring, this is a time for you to level with everything. This is time for you to break out. You're the butterfly bursting out of its cocoon right now. You're getting ready for something big this summer. This summer is going to be a big moment, but spring is where you're planting seeds. This is when you're going to the gym. You're figuring out your meal plan. You're beginning to read more. You're not just there yet, right? You're not reading full Dostoevsky books, but you're reading some simple young adult fiction, right? You're warming up. You're stretching, just like you do every morning. You're going for your morning walks. You're eating better. At the very least, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about eating better. You're thinking about that beach vacation. You're thinking about just going hiking or camping. You're getting ready for the big time. You got plenty of time, but able to take advantage of that time. You gotta use spring, man. The magic of spring has a lot waiting for you. It brings optimism, reignites that hope that was lost. And likewise, you had a tough year. You had a tough year with work and school. But right now, you're like, you know what? After all the crap I've been through, I'm starting to see it pay off. And it usually pays off in summer, but spring is the prelude to summer, and you need that. You need that build up. You gotta let it get to room temperature for you, bud. So, to recap, spring is here. It means new beginnings. It means planting seeds for working in the summer, for going for your plans, getting ready for your big plans, carrying through with what you wanted to. With Rumi, he saw spring as nature beginning to bloom and everything starting to speak amongst itself, starting to talk to one another, getting ready for itself. Everything communicating with one another, like the flowers, the lilies, right? Likewise, you need to love everything. You need to be in the moment with everything. take full advantage of those seeds being planted. You need to allow that to happen. You don't want to cut nature off when it's doing its thing for you, man. Anyway, go out there, touch some grass, enjoy yourself too. You know, I'm not saying go for a long, strenuous hike or anything, but you got this, man. Just you're getting there. You're building up your plans. I believe in you. You believe in you. You can do this. See y'all next time.